everyone, it's Patricia and today I'm bringing to you my Non-Scentsy wax empties for the month. So traditionally I usually warm about 75% Scentsy, but I like to burn candles and melt some retail and vendor wax in amongst all my Scentsy. So that's what we're going to get into today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the candles. I like to start with the candles. I got through 7 candles this month. We'll start with Bath & Body Works. Now in Canada, we're still pretty cold here in March, so I was trying to finish up some older kind of wintry style candles. So the first one I finished up was Frosted Cranberry. And the scent notes I have in the upper part of the lid, it's iced cranberries, blonde wood, red apple, and tonka bean. It kind of smells smoky here now, and I did have to cotton ball this one at least one time. It burned quite low, and there's a little bit of soot at the top. I think this one, if I remember correctly, this one was an aggressive burner. I finished it towards the early part of the month. Yeah, I don't know if I would get it again, but I am glad I tried it. That's Frosted Cranberry. Also from Bath & Body Works, a 3-wick candle in Winter Candy Apple. So this one's like a little bit, to me, like a perfumey apple. I burned it alongside Scentsy's, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the name. Bring Back My Bar. It'll come to me. If not, I'll put it down in the comments below. This one didn't have as strong of a scent throw as I thought it might, but I had to cotton ball this a couple of times here, so yeah. I mean, it burned quite low, a little bit of smudge along the sides, but nothing to worry about, and no soot to speak of, so this one was okay. I'm glad I tried it again. I don't think I would pick it up again, but I'm happy to have tried it. Now the next one I really, really liked, and it is one of the different style candles, the shorter candle, and it is in the scent Almond. The almond candle scent notes are sweet almond blossom, vanilla orchid, sandalwood, and it says with essential oils. Yeah, it's a little bit of a perfumey almond with that sandalwood, but I really, really like this. This did a lot better than I thought it was going to. It's a light scent, but when I burned it, I could definitely smell it. I could definitely pick it up. And I think I took out one of the wicks there at the end. I think what I'll do is I will use up the rest of this wax. And I told my daughter, I said, when you go to the mall, check and see if they have any more almond candles, but she keeps forgetting. So yeah, and this kind of packaging is something that I really enjoy, just simple packaging. Yeah, that was a standout for me. I really like that candle. From DW Home, we have, this candle is a 1-wick, 8.45 ounce. I really like jars like this as well. The scent on this was Wood Fire Apple. And this one I had no issues. Nice thick wick on this one. This one here is also, it's not very smoky. It says Wood Fire, but it's not very smoky. It's a little bit on the perfume side as well. I don't have the scent notes for this. I really like these jars. Sometimes what I do is I balance an Aroma lid on there just to contain some of the soot, because sometimes DW Home candles can be a little bit sooty. But for a 1-wick, this particular style in this glass with the thick wicks does very well. There was another one I burned, similar packaging, and I really liked it. So if I see ones like this, I usually smell them to see if I like the scent, and if I do, I definitely pick them up. So the next 3 are Yankee candles. We'll start with the one that's tormented me for months. I'm so glad this one's over. I liked it, but I think I started this, I don't know if it was like early fall, and I'm just finishing it now, and it is a 2-wick in Baked Pumpkin and Apple. And I probably could get another burn, but I'm giving up. It's a little bit smoky as well. It kind of reminds me of apple s'mores from Scentsy, because you don't really pick up a lot of pumpkin, but it does smell a bit smoky like that. But the burn on this was so problematic. I had puny wicks like all the time. I cotton balled this so many times it wasn't even funny. You can see a lot of residue along the sides, but yeah, this one was probably used up a whole bag of cotton balls with this one. I'm surprised I made it through. I finished up 2 medium jars. The first one I finished up was chocolate layer cake. So this one here was a Champ. Woo! It's strong. It's very, very strong. My husband doesn't really love chocolate scents. He thinks I'm baking if I have chocolate scents going, so I usually try to burn certain scents when he's away. So this one I finished up finally. And I picked this one up. It says $15.50, but I got an additional 40% off. So I usually try to get, so it ends up being like 9 something, I think $9.20. But yeah, I had 0 issues with this. Nice strong scent throw for this. Yeah, if you haven't tried chocolate layer cake and you love chocolate scents and you want to pick up that candle and give it a try, because it's one of Yankee's kind of scents that just keeps on going versus some other ones. Now this one here, I love this scent, but man, oh man, did I have problems with this. At first it was great, and then something just happened and it turned on me. And it's empty right now, but it is vanilla lime. Now this is one of my favorite scents from Yankee. Oh, it's so good. I have it going down right now. What happened was, about halfway down, it just started to tunnel, and then the puny wicks, and it almost was like drowning wicks. Like the flame was really low down, and you know, nothing seemed to help. I tried tinfoiling it, I tried removing wax. Eventually I just got fed up. Down towards the bottom it extinguished, and the wax was kind of semi firm, so I was able to kind of like just peel it out in one big piece and kind of chop it up, and I put it in my warmers because it's a nice scent. A very sweet scent. Almost reminds me of like something lime, but also like vanilla ice cream at the same time. It kind of smells a lot like key lime pie, really, without the crust. So anyway, this is a really, really great scent, but I'm a little worried about, you know, it was going great and then it just turned on me, like I said. So those were the candles I went through this month. So I would say the standout was probably the almond candle. Really liked that one. And I had 0 issues with the burn. I don't know if there's any soot because it's black up here, but no, perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to show you one thing before we move on to some of the retail wax. I finished up Peck Sniff's soap, and this one's in Cranberry and Winter Cherry. I love these soaps. They have crappy candles, but I like the soaps. I picked that up at Winners. So I finished up a couple retail clamshells. This one here I got at Winners, and it's from the Woodwick company, and it is in spiced eggnog, and this was a terrific scent. I love this. If I could find this again, I might even go and buy a candle in this because I really like this. Now I find Woodwick candles kind of get a smoky characteristic as they're burning, so it might kind of ruin the scent a little bit, but if I saw this again, I would pick this up in a heartbeat. It was 99 cents. What I did was I cut it down the middle, and at one point I put some in my bonus room, and then laundry room, and when I found out how much I liked it, I put the other half in my bedroom, and it really lasted a very long time. Many, many days. Like I kind of turn it like on here and there for a few hours. I finished up a Scentsationals sea salt caramel popcorn. I still probably have like 3 or 4 of these to go. I usually mix this. It's a very strong, intense scent. I usually don't use it on its own, but sometimes I add it to like Tallulah and Poe's Bulletproof Coffee, which is a very strong, intense coffee. This will sweeten it up. So yeah. So next we're going to go through American Vendor Wax. I finished up from Kay's Kreations, Kathy's Cranberry Jam. Now I remember reading, these were 6 little sticks, and I really liked them because I just took a stick, snapped it in half, and put it in the warmer. So I had 3 different warmers, so I got 2 different melting sessions out of this. Yeah, this was it's a nice cranberry scent with a little bit of spice and a little bit of depth to it. I basically said on her website, I believe that was like family recipe, a melt to represent a family signature recipe that they must have. So that was a very nice one. From L3 Waxy Wonders, I finished up a bag of Mowage, which is wedding cake, pink raspberries, and whipped cream. Now this one here, when I had this melting, it had a lot of lemon and almost like a raspberry tone. I really, really liked this, and my youngest son commented that he really liked this one as well. This bag was very full, so it took me a while to get through it. And L3 Waxy Wonders typically last quite a long time for me. This one wasn't as long lasting as some of her other blends, but I did really like that one. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, from Savannah Blue, I finished up 3 things. One is called, I think it's called Bitches Love Fizz, but it's kind of blocked out. And this one is strawberry, lime, and cotton candy fizz. So this one here I divided and put it in 3 different warmers in my open concept space this morning. And it did really well. My son said, I smell gum or something that smells delicious. What is it? And I'm like, I didn't want to say bitches love fizz. So I said, babes love fizz. And he goes, it smells like gum. And then I realized he might have been smelling Scentsy's Wild Watermelon, which was in my daughter's room. And that was just booming. That was overtaking everything. So if you like watermelon scents, because they really complemented each other well, the lime and the watermelon. Anyway, that was really, really nice. Also from Savannah Blue, I finished up pink grapefruit sugar cookie. Now this one here, you would think it would be a light scent being a sugar cookie, but man, this was delicious. I loved this one as well. Yeah, this was surprising. I had this going for a while too. I really like that one. These I got on a D-stash, so if I did kind of repurchase, I would consider looking those ones up. Now this one is no longer available, I believe. I think she discontinued this one. It's Happy Birthday, Danny Boo. And the scent notes for this are blackberries, strawberry cake bake, vanilla buttercream, and angel food cake. And I warmed a couple, there was a couple cubes left. I warmed this in my bedroom, 2 different occasions. And it was pretty good. This was probably not my favorite out of the 3, but I could definitely smell it whenever I was in the room. I had no problems with the scent throw on that one. So the next 3 are from She Loves Cake. These are all from a D-stash. Let's start with this one. This one I really didn't like. It smells like skunk in the clamshell. And it is, I don't know if you can see that. The lighting is terrible. Rainbow Dash. Coconut cream pie. Blackberry jam filled sugar cookies. But this is the 2nd or 3rd clam I've had from her that gets like a skunk smell. And I find a few vendors get, some of their clams get skunky smell. So if you have any idea what is causing that, please let me know. Maybe I should just take them out of the clams and put them in a bag. Because I mean, it still kind of smells sometimes like a little bit gross when you put it in the warmer too. So yeah, I don't even want to smell this. Now, interestingly enough, I have like a big chunk of this that is not, like it's a chunk that you have to cut up, and it's in Rainbow Dash. So I'll be going through that next month, so I'll let you know how it compared to the skunk smell. Now this one is in a clam, and it did not have the skunk smell. It may be just a smidgen of it. It is breakfast lemon cakes. This one says Fruity Pebbles baked into lemon curd cake. This one was fairly good. It wasn't anything to write home about, but at least it wasn't a skunk. And this one I think I like the best. This is lemon sugar ice cream bread. And it says ice cream scoop bread with lemon sugar type. And I wasn't really sure what lemon, ice cream scoop bread was, so I looked it up, and there's a whole bunch of things all together. But yeah, this one was pretty good. So I have a whole bunch of like different fragrances, and they're big, huge, thick things. So it'll take me a while. I think I'll be going through those. I'm trying to use them up because they're all coming on a year. Okay, so from Rosegirls, from a D-stash, I had a whole bunch of mini melters, and this one was in sweet tea. And man, oh man, so far the Rosegirls I have tried has really been good wax. This one here is, you know, if you love tea scents, you want to pick this one up. This really lasts. It's still going to my son's room, my youngest child's room. Like I said, it's not my favorite scent, and I got it on a big, huge D-stash where it wasn't like a create your own or anything. But so far, Rosegirls has really been performing well for me. And from Zeep, this is Party Doll, and this was a huge, huge, big pie wedge. And the scent notes on this are cranberries, raspberries, strawberries, and champagne. I'm not big into champagne, but this one performed pretty well. I put this in my middle child's room, and I got a million melts out of it. So yeah, that's Party Doll. That would not be a repurchase, but I am glad to have tried it. I think that might be my first. I haven't tried a lot of Zeep. This one here is from Sassy Girl Aroma. It's a scent shot. It's in Santal 26 Le Lobo New York type. And it was like a blue wax. To me, it's a masculine scent. It reminds me a lot of Scentsy's Dark Harbor. Maybe if you mix that with a little bit of a brighter oceanic scent like, say, By the Sea or bergamot and solar driftwood. So if you're familiar with any of those scents, definitely has a dark harbor influence, but add another scent like bergamot and solar driftwood on top. But yeah, I cut this in half and I put it in 2 Scentsy mini warmers, and it's doing fairly well. I'm probably going to remove it. It maybe lasted a day at the most. So now we'll just move on to Canadian and then we will be done. So if you needed to click out, thank you so much for watching. If not, we've got a few things from Canada. So this one here was a really good melt. It says Cranberry Apple Cider Doughnuts. And the funny thing was I got a bunch of stuff from a D-stash almost a year ago, I would say, and the gentleman said he made his own wax melts and would I like a couple clamshells. I think he gave me 2. Just threw them in and I said yes, and he gave me this. Like I picked some and this was really good. And no skunk smell. This smells really yummy. So I forget his name, but he did a great job. And he said that unless you're actually making it to really sell it, you know, it can be costly because you have to buy a lot of stuff. But anyway, that was from the guy in Moncton. Now this here is called Hinterland. It's 100% soy wax melts from Fundy Treasures. I got this at Saltscapes in Halifax last April, so I wanted to use it up. Now I've used up 3 other clamshells from this company that were all good throwers, but man, oh man, I don't know if you can see this. It's just so messy. Trying to get it out. I don't even know why. Like, this is separate. This is just, ugh. It's so messy. It's in cubes, but it really, it's very hard to deal with. This was bergamot and cedar wood. Not very strong. I don't know if it's because it's coming on a year, so because it's soy wax, sometimes there's issues with soy wax. Okay, from Mandala Melts, I warmed a scent shot in Vince, and this is a vanilla Coke, and I warmed this in my youngest child's room, and this was nice. I still, it's good. It's kind of like one of those scents at first you're like, eh, and then as you warm it, you're like, oh, I'm liking this more and more. Anyway, I feel like drinking it. It's good. It lasted a fairly long time. Sometimes I have mixed results with her wax, but this one was good. And I warmed it in a 25-watt Scentsy bulb warmer, so in a fairly small room. So, okay, the next 4 are from 1, 2, 3, 4. They are from Make Scents Candles in New Brunswick. So I'll go through some of the older stuff first. This was a big bag in cookie butter crack, and there was a hole in it, so I actually just put it in a glass jar. And this was, it's kind of close to, say, something like Vanilla Cookie Crunch from Scentsationals, but a little bit more rich. A very nice cookie scent, lovely, yummy cookie scent. And this one did fairly well, so I finished that one up. I probably won't reorder it just because I have a lot of wax. I did a little inventory. It's a lot, considering how much Scentsy I have. But another couple ones I finished up from about a year ago, Marshmallow Fireside. This was from when the mom was still making the wax, and it was a fluted tart, and I cut it in half. And finished up this. There was 2 in the bag, but I had 1 left. My husband came home and he goes, "What is it that I'm smelling?" I said, "It's Marshmallow Fireside. Do you like it?" And he goes, "I don't know." So anyway, I liked it. One thing about this is it was a very dark orange, or not a dark, it was like an orange wax. And whenever my husband sees orange, that color orange wax in the melter, he said, "I don't like that color wax," because he delivers a lot to restaurants for his job. And he goes, "Whenever I see that color wax, it makes me think of hardened fat oil and deep fryers, because it turns like an orange color," he said. Anyway, or he said, "I see a lot of that crud in restaurants. It looks terrible." Finished up another fluted tart in Cider Lane. And this is like a Bath and Body Works type. It's going right down, it's going on down in my middle child's room right now. It's good. I like it. It's very cold here today, and so I thought let's put some colder scents in. But this one probably was a stand-up for me. I've finished up, it was similar to this. It was in a bag, but I think I also got a hole in it, and I'm not crazy about those bags, so I've been rebagging some of her products. But anyway, so I put it in this jar. So this one was cinnamon donuts. So there was a whole bunch of them. I don't know, maybe 8 or so little brown donuts. Like, they look like those mini donuts. And this was really good. It was so soft and cinnamon, but such a lovely, like the donut scent. And it wasn't like a boomer in the scent that it would just, in the sense that it was you know, suffocating, but it was just, you definitely could pick up the scent, no problem. But it was so pleasant. It was like the perfect intensity. Oh. And I had Bath and Body Works cinnamon sugar donut going at the same time, and you could smell this over Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works was definitely taking a back seat to this. So anyway, that was great. So thank you, Cindy, for that. I'll definitely be reordering this. And that's it. So I was trying to get under 20 minutes, but maybe if I edit a little bit out, I can get it down to 20. Anyway, so thanks for spending the last 20 minutes with me. Hopefully this video was helpful to you in some way. If you like this kind of video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.